You're listening to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
It is Wednesday, March 4th, and March means there are some really, really neat events happening here in the St. Louis area.
It's true.
Lots of things, inside and outside. This is probably going to be one of those inside events, but it involves some of our favorite things, food and art. Involves some of our favorite things, and with some of our favorite people here in the St. Louis. Friends over at Intersect Arts here in St. Louis. Excited to really just excited to share this event. Joining us by phone today, Christina Schempf with Intersect Arts. Christina, thanks for being our guest on the Coffee Hour today.
Hi, Andy. Thanks so much for having us.
And Sarah Bernhardt joining us as well. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning.
Well, I am excited to learn more about Intersect Arts and the Dovetail events as well. Who would like to share with us just a little bit about Intersect Arts before we dig into Dovetail?
Oh, I can take the lead on that. So Intersect Arts Center is really just a community arts center. We have a variety of community services, which includes arts education for youth and adults. We have studio spaces for artists, and we have kind of community maker spaces like a ceramic studio and a wood shop, a dance studio, that sort of thing. And then we have a gallery and exhibition space for showing arts, having concerts, and the like. The center is a part of a ministry in partnership with Holy Cross Lutheran Church, and it's a way to engage our neighborhood and get to know and love our neighbors.
Yeah, Intersect has so many wonderful things. I was able to go to, I think it was the grand opening or an arts opening of some nature, and the space is beautiful. And there's so many things that you all are capable of doing with the community, which is just fantastic. You mentioned art and music, and there's a series, a concert and food series, Dovetail, that is happening actually right now, isn't it?
Yes, we had our first of the three in the series last night, and the next two in the series are March 17th and March 31st. So all three of them are programs for solo cello, and our cellists are from St. Louis Symphony Orchestra. And then our chef, Ty Davis, is creating menus that respond to those musical programs. So March 17th is a cello suite by J.S. Bach, and March 31st is cello works by John Harbison and Georgie Ligeti.
So what is the connection between food and music? I mean, Andy loves food and I love art, and we both love music. So, but what was the idea behind pairing music and food together in this space?
Yeah, so Intersect is just a very interdisciplinary space, and we're really interested in the way that the arts can kind of create a synergy with one another, and then we think of that as like sort of this microcosm for how diverse people in our communities can, really offer interesting insights and kind of enrich our experiences. And so with music and food, the 6 movements of cello each have, various kinds of sounds and techniques. And then we asked the chef to create food that specifically sort of pointed out those different kinds of things we were hearing and then that we would be tasting. And you hear the music differently because you're tasting the food, and you taste the food differently because you've heard the music. So that's kind of the idea, just to enrich the experience because you're bringing this other factor in to help you kind of enlighten it, if you will.
I made the mistake of looking at the menu. Now I'm distracted. That's fascinating. Like, I've heard of pairing wine with dinner, but never thought about pairing music. So tell us a little bit more about the music at the. Well, first of all, I guess before we even dig into the music for the upcoming ones, give us a recap of what happened last night and what that was like.
Yeah, so it was a really wonderful event. We had about 80 guests, and we are partnering with 2 different community organizations, Places for People and Peter and Paul Community Services. And so half of our tickets are offered for free to those organizations, and clients and guests from those two organizations attend with staff to provide additional support. And then we also have a pay what you wish option that anyone in the community is free to use. Our standard ticket price is $35. And then there's also a sponsor a ticket option. So community members can sponsor a seat for another guest. And yeah, so we had a really great turnout. We had a really diverse crowd, and it seems like everyone really enjoyed it. Lots of great feedback, and it was a really fun time and very, very delicious.
So are you eating during the music?
Yes. So it goes back and forth between listening to the movement of the musical program and then eating the course that corresponds with that movement. So the evening was blocked into six sets of movements and then 6 courses, and alternating back and forth. The idea is that we're listening very intentionally to the program rather than it being like background music.
Okay, so how do you decide what to pair with? I mean, what goes well with Bach? Looking over the menu, tell us a little bit more about the chef, Ty Davis.
Yeah, so Ty is a local St. Louis chef. His specialty is in pastries, but he also does all sorts of visual art, like cake installations and lots of interesting things. He also happens to have an undergrad degree in cello performance.
Whoa.
So that's just really serendipitous, but also really exciting that he's able to respond with a lot of detail and nuance in creating these menus that respond to these cello works.
He's like the perfect person for this.
Yes.
That is incredible. And then the 2 cellists. Who are the 2 cellists that are performing as well?
Our 2 cellists are Jennifer Humphreys and Elizabeth Chung from the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra.
All right. And the symphony orchestra is amazing. So, of course, I mean, it's going to be amazing music as well. Now, and I'm curious about the name. Out of everything that this series could have been named, you chose Dovetail, and I'm really interested how that name fits into this type of event series.
Yeah, so the name is derived from an ancient carpentry technique, which is a dovetail joint. And that technique is still used today, and it's a technique that predates written history, so it's very old and it's found across the world. And it's basically just for joining 2 pieces of wood together, and it's very elegant aesthetically, but it's also very, very strong functionally. And so it can make anything from a drawer to an entire building structure. And so we were thinking about joining these 2 different mediums together, food and music, and then also thinking about joining together diverse parts of our community to make it an accessible experience for everyone. And in doing so, making it an arts experience that's both very beautiful, but also having great strength.
Mm. How can we make it to the next one? You said the next one is March 17th, and then there's also another Dovetail event on March 31st. Details, we have just about a minute and a half. Can you give us details on how to sign up for the next ones?
Sure, yeah. You can go to our website, intersectstl.org, and that's probably the easiest way to get tickets. There's a whole page just labeled Dovetail. You can register for tickets there. You can also call our offices, and the secretary can help you get tickets that way. Ticket sales do close a week before the event because we need to know how much food to order. So do kind of go forward with that if you'd like to, and we can help you get tickets.
Very good. And other things that we can enjoy at Intersect Arts, I understand there's an exhibit.
Yeah, if you come before the concert, actually, starting at 6 p.m., you can enjoy the exhibition, which is called Reservoir. It's all about this relationship between work and rest. It's a really great show. So I highly recommend coming to check that out before the concert, or you can stop by the exhibition anytime during the weekday from 9 to 6 or Saturdays from 10 to 4. See it then. And we have classes going on also throughout the year, so you can stay tuned for those also.
I'm intrigued. An Aquafana triptych is what...
I think we just need to go and check this out.
Yeah. Check it out.
Outstanding. Well, thank you so much, friends at Intersect, and thanks for the great work that you're doing, and congratulations on the first Dovetail. More to come on the 17th and the 31st. Check it out. We'll provide notes in the program notes as well, links in that as well. Thank you so much for being our guest today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Tomorrow...
Coffee truck!
If you're in the St. Louis area, you can come join us. The coffee truck will be ready probably by, I would bet by 7:30 or so. 7:30, they'll be ready to go. Come have coffee with us with Sacred Grounds, and then we'll have live broadcast out there as well.
It'll be
9.
fun.
Yeah.
And lots of coffees.
Lots of coffee.
The super caffeinated coffee hour.
I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
The Coffee Hour with Andy and Sarah is a production of KFUO. To support the Coffee Hour and KFUO Radio, visit KFUO.org. You can also text KFUO to 41444 or send an email to gifts@KFUO.org. And you can call us at 800-844-0524. KFUO. Christ for you, anytime, anywhere.